world's smartest kid thinks that CERN blew the world up in 2008.
My most intelligent colleague believes that CERN caused the global incident in 2008. My colleague, who's very bright, thinks that CERN caused the global incident in 2008, which is quite an astonishing revelation. What if I told you there's more going on at CERN than just smashing particles together? What if there's a hidden portal beneath the facility, a gateway to other dimensions where beings from realms beyond our understanding are making their way into our world? It sounds like something out of a science fiction movie, doesn't it? Some physicists and researchers think this isn't just fiction. They believe it could even be happening right now. CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research, has always been shrouded in mystery and intrigue. However, recent claims suggest something even more extraordinary is going on. Could the Large Hadron Collider be responsible for opening a doorway to parallel dimensions? And if so, what or who is coming through that portal? Get ready for a journey that will challenge everything you thought you knew about reality. CERN is all about the particles and the rules that govern them. The Large Hadron Collider, or LHC, is the largest particle accelerator in the world. It's located at CERN, which stands for the European Organization for Nuclear Research. Just below the French and Swiss borders, you'll find a massive feature with a radius of 17 kilometers. By smashing particles together at almost the speed of light, researchers are trying to figure out what the building blocks of the universe are made of. What's interesting is that some scientists are starting to think that the LHC might be doing more than just destroying particles. CERN's official brief is to conduct scientific research into topics like dark matter, the Higgs boson, and the early post-Big Bang era. But there have been rumors about the LHC's unintended consequences for a while now. Some scientists believe that the high-energy collisions are creating more than we can see, and that they might even be opening portals to parallel universes. But what could possibly be going through those portals? So why aren't we discussing this? The strange things that have been happening at CERN have even got some scientists talking. There have been reports of unexplained breakdowns, weird power fluctuations, and the appearance of enigmatic characters around the complex, which has led some to speculate that something exceptional may be going on underneath. Some of the CERN staff have made some pretty scary claims. They say they've seen shadowy creatures, aliens, and other weird stuff during the night. Many people have suggested that the experiences are psychological or simply a result of fatigue, but there are still some who remain unconvinced. Could it be that something is coming through a secret entrance at CERN? If these sightings keep happening, some pretty controversial footage of what looks like a staged cult ceremony outside of CERN's offices went viral in 2016. The video didn't really do much to put people's minds at rest, even though CERN was quick to brush it off as a joke. Is CERN releasing something they can't control by opening these portals? Or is it an accident? What do we know about beings that can travel through portals like the one at CERN? Could they be multidimensional? Many theoretical physicists have discussed the possibility of other dimensions or parallel universes existing alongside our own. If CERN has managed to tap into these parallel universes, the beings that emerge from them might not stick to the same physical rules that we're used to. It's possible that beings from other dimensions could have totally different shapes and abilities to us. If these extraterrestrials are made of unseen forms of matter and energy, as some physicists have suggested, then we won't be able to detect them unless they choose to come forward. Could the shadowy creatures and apparitions that have been seen near CERN really be beings from other dimensions? It's possible there are additional dimensions out there. Even mainstream science has considered this. For instance, string theory suggests that there might be more than 3 dimensions, including time and space. The worrying question is whether CERN has actually opened the gateway, and whether we're ready to face whatever's on the other side. What could the portal theory be used for? I think we should look into the portal theory some more. It's not something we hear much about because we don't fully understand how it could happen at CERN. The idea is based on the huge amounts of energy produced by particle collisions at the LHC. The conditions that result from these collisions are unlike anything we've seen since the Big Bang. Some scientists even think that they might be able to create temporary portals to other dimensions. Some theories of quantum physics suggest that particles can exist in more than one physical place or state at once. This has led others to think that CERN's high-energy experiments could momentarily blur the lines between our realm and another, potentially opening a portal. It's possible that entities or energy from other realms could flow into our world through these portals. I'd like to understand why there isn't more proof that gateways are opening. Some scientists have said that these events might not be detectable with our current technology. Some people think that CERN might be holding back on announcing the discovery of multidimensional portals because they're worried about how the public would react, or because they're facing opposition from secular groups. Could this information be being withheld on purpose? This is fueling ongoing debates and research in the scientific community, with the hope that advanced technologies will be able to capture these phenomena in the future. Meanwhile, these theories continue to fascinate scientists and the public alike. Hawking was always careful, even when it meant risking everything. Not all physicists are convinced that CERN's high-energy experiments are completely harmless. Even Stephen Hawking, the renowned physicist, warned that the tests being conducted at CERN could have disastrous results. But what was he trying to achieve? Hawking was worried that the LHC could create a black hole or something similar that could swallow up Earth or possibly disrupt the cosmos. The idea that we're playing with forces we don't fully understand is still up for debate, even though many mainstream scientists say it's unlikely. Was it more reasonable for Hawking to be concerned than we think? If the experiments at CERN are creating micro-black holes or opening portals to other dimensions, we might be dealing with forces that we can't control. The official line is that the LHC is safe, but Hawking's warning is a stark reminder that research can sometimes push the boundaries of what's safe. Is there any way we can prove that the portal is there? Let's switch gears a bit and talk about how we could prove that a portal exists at CERN. There are some pretty interesting theories about how we might be able to collect proof in the future, even though our technology isn't quite sophisticated enough to detect extraterrestrials or portals. For instance, the first detection of gravitational waves in 2015 might be useful in this regard. Could the existence of a portal be indicated by distortions in the space-time continuum? Another way to approach this is to keep an eye out for any unusual particle behavior. If particles at CERN start behaving in ways that don't fit with what we know about physics, it could mean they're interacting with beings from other dimensions. Over the past few years, researchers have identified a few unusual outliers in particle data, but we're still unsure of their significance. Could these be indications of a gateway between dimensions? We don't have proof yet, but the number of strange events at CERN is on the rise. Is there going to be some kind of proof at some point? There's no concrete proof that a gateway actually exists, but the fact that scientists are discussing it raises questions about what else they might be keeping secret. Could it be that we're being watched? Things are going to get pretty unusual from here on out. What if aliens from another dimension are watching us through the portal that CERN unintentionally opened? Perhaps the experiments at CERN have got some of the top theorists thinking that there might be intelligent beings from other dimensions keeping an eye on Earth. Some people even think that these aliens might be influencing our history or our scientific progress. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. It's hard to ignore the idea that we're not the only ones in this or any other universe. If a portal has been opened, could it be that the latest unexplained occurrences at CERN are in fact encounters with extraterrestrial visitors rather than mere coincidences? What are your thoughts on this? Is there a possibility that someone is keeping an eye on us, including our most recent scientific discoveries? Could we be accidentally interacting with beings from dimensions we don't fully understand? Is there any evidence that the Mandela effect is connected to shifts in dimensions? Some people believe the Mandela effect is linked to the research carried out at CERN. Let's discuss it. The Mandela effect gets its name from a strange event that occurred in the 1980s. A lot of people think Nelson Mandela died in jail, but he actually passed away in 2013. This led many to wonder if other realities or dimensions were influencing our own. Some people think that CERN's experiments might be the reason why thousands of people around the world have been experiencing memory issues. They say that they remember logos, cultural references, and events differently now. Could these inconsistencies be down to the huge amount of energy produced by the LHC, which is bending space-time? Even though there isn't any proof, the Mandela effect is still a topic of interest for both believers and skeptics in the scientific community. Could the laws of reality be changing because of CERN? If so, how many other changes might we not yet know about? These possibilities keep people talking. Some even suggest that what we think is reality might be more flexible and subjective than we thought. This puzzle needs more attention and testing to understand what's really going on and what impact it might have. What is CERN keeping from us regarding their secret agenda? It's not unusual for big companies to keep their more controversial discoveries under wraps. It's possible that CERN is holding back information about their knowledge of these gateways and extraterrestrial beings. Some experts believe that CERN has found proof of these events but is keeping quiet about it because they're worried about negative public reaction or political pressure. If this is true, it raises an interesting question. What if the public found out that CERN has connected to other dimensions? When people find out that there are other beings out there with abilities we can't even begin to comprehend, how do you think governments, religious organizations, and society as a whole would react? It might seem like mere speculation, but there have been plenty of times in history when groundbreaking discoveries were kept under wraps for years until the truth came out. Let's hope the portal at CERN leads to the next big discovery. Could CERN help us to communicate better? Could it be that this was the whole point? Some scientists think that if CERN has opened a doorway to another dimension, the LHC was built to communicate with extraterrestrial species. This would definitely help to explain why some of the world's top experts are so interested in the project. But there's more to it than that. Who gave the green light for CERN to get off the ground? If the goal was to establish contact, could there be an even more sinister power at work here? Or were these physicists just trying to test the limits of what is known? Some people who believe in conspiracies think that powerful groups are trying to use CERN to communicate with extraterrestrials, who may have the answers to our most pressing technological questions or the universe's hidden mysteries. Could this be a game-changing development that will transform our understanding of existence, the cosmos, and our role in it? There are lots of historical parallels and myths about portals, gateways, and extraterrestrial creatures that have persisted across many cultures and time periods, which suggests that ancient civilizations had connections to the past. The idea of gods and creatures moving between different realms has been around for thousands of years. You'll find them in the myths of the ancient Greeks and the Sumerians, for example. What if these old stories are actually true? Could the gateways that CERN may have found today be similar to those that previous civilizations may have encountered? For instance, the ancient Egyptians had a concept of duat, an enigmatic afterlife realm with specific entryways. The Mayans also built El Castillo and other similar structures, believing them to be entrances to the underworld. Could the experiments at CERN be recreating these old channels, which might allow extraterrestrials to visit our planet? It's really interesting to think that modern science might be providing concrete proof of what people have been intuitively grasping for millennia. Could the entrance at CERN be the latest in a long line of extraterrestrial encounters? Could the gateways that CERN may have found today be similar to those that previous civilizations may have encountered? For instance, the ancient Egyptians had a concept of duat, an enigmatic afterlife realm with specific entryways. The Mayans also built El Castillo and other similar structures, believing them to be entrances to the underworld. Could the experiments at CERN be recreating these old channels, which might allow extraterrestrials to visit our planet? It's really interesting to think that modern science might be providing concrete proof of what people have been intuitively grasping for millennia. Could the entrance at CERN be the latest in a long line of extraterrestrial encounters? It's great to think about what could be possible, but we also need to think about the risks. Are we ready to face the fallout of giving access to a parallel universe? Can you just check whether the portal will stay open? Can a portal be closed once it's been opened? Is it even more important that we do this? Closing the gateway could be even trickier. Some scientists say it might not be possible to undo the damage caused by opening a portal to another dimension. On the other hand, we haven't made up our minds yet about whether we should close the portal or not. What if closing it means losing important information or tools? But what if leaving it open puts us at risk of unexpected threats? That's something CERN may have to look at pretty soon. So the big question is whether the portal is connected to the strange energy surges. There have been some strange energy surges and mysterious occurrences around CERN's Large Hadron Collider in recent years. It seems that scientists and the general public have both noticed some unpredictable energy spikes. Some experts believe these surges may be linked to the portal that's rumored to be located at CERN. It's incredible how much energy is released when particles collide at a velocity close to that of light. But what if the gear isn't the only thing absorbing that energy? Could these energy surges be a sign that the portal is becoming unstable or even growing? We've had reports of some strange goings-on at the same time as these energy anomalies. A number of independent studies have indicated that there have been some unusual electromagnetic disturbances and some enigmatic lights in the sky. Could it be that CERN is either accidentally or on purpose supplying these energy bursts to the portal? This brings up an interesting question. Just how much power does CERN actually have over the forces they're influencing? If we don't tackle these surges, there's a risk they'll lead to an even bigger disaster. So, where did those strange particles go when they disappeared? Researchers have noticed particles disappearing from certain LHC tests. As we thought they would, they broke down into smaller particles and released energy. This is what we typically see in high-energy collisions. Some of these particles seem to have disappeared completely. Could this be proof that these particles are being drawn into a parallel universe? The implications of such discoveries are huge. If CERN is opening gateways to other dimensions, or if particles are disappearing into alternate realities, it could fundamentally alter our understanding of physics and the universe. The more we learn, the more questions we have. As researchers push the boundaries of knowledge, we are left to ponder the potential consequences of their findings.